legal terms like he owned the courtroom.
How would he
My
even know if
stomach
it was
sank
real legal
because he was
terms?
good. But on his final line, he said, "But honestly, there's no real proof the poop was even there." The judge's eyes went wide. The other lawyer completely cooked his case and started sweating like crazy. I started questioning who would win now as the judge leaned back.
He said
thinking
that out
over his
loud in
verdict.
court?
The judge banged his gavel. I rule in favor of the defendant. I actually won. My client threw her arms around me, while the other lawyer looked like he was about to cry. As I walked out, I overheard the other lawyer in the hallway, talking to the man he'd represented. "I still get the money from the Craigslist ad,
What?
right?" I immediately stopped.
No, that
The
can't be
man
two
scoffed.
fake lawyers.
"You lost, bruh." It hit me all at once.
You
He
lost,
was a fake
bruh?
lawyer too, hired off
That
the
doesn't
same
sound
kind
very
of ad.
lawyerly.
He caught me listening and went pale. "Please don't tell anyone or sue me. I don't know how any of this works." I kept my face calm and slipped him my number. "If you ever need a real lawyer, call me. It'll be $500.
There's no way there'd be two fake lawyers in the courtroom. That's crazy. This is a big time crime. I don't think people are trying to do this. If you luckily got away with this once, you're not getting away with it again.
I was standing in court when my neighbor Barb held up her bandaged hand and told the judge she had been traumatized by my vicious dog. The judge looked at me.
What?
"Where's the defendant?" I reached into my bag and pulled out
Aw.
Peanut, my 9-pound senior chihuahua, wearing tiny sunglasses because I was worried
How
the
could that
courtroom
dog
lights
do
would
any
hurt
real
his eyes.
damage? A dog bite can actually create serious liability. So if Peanut attacked her, this isn't a ridiculous case.
And the judge stared at him. "Is this a joke?" I shook my head. "This is Peanut. He has arthritis in 3 legs,
Peanut?
and his favorite hobby is sleeping." Peanut yawned, and you could see his one remaining tooth, which made the judge put his head in his
One
hands.
tooth
I
dog.
could not wait to see how this ended. Barb launched into her testimony. "That beast stalked me for weeks. Every day I walked past, and there he was, watching me, waiting, planning." The judge looked at Peanut, who had already passed out in my arms with drool running down my sleeve. "That dog?" Barb pointed at Peanut. "Yes, he's not as innocent as he looks." I couldn't stay quiet. "Your Honor, Peanut can't see past 5 feet because of his cataracts." Barb kept going, holding up her bandaged thumb. "I was minding my own business when that hellhound lunged at me and attacked my hand. He needs to be put down."
Getting bitten doesn't automatically mean a dog gets put down. There are separate legal procedures for determining whether a dog is dangerous and what happens to it.
The judge squinted at her thumb. "Did you need medical attention?" Barb gasped, putting her hand against her chest dramatically. "No, but it drew blood, Your Honor. I had to fight for my life." "And
Fight
how
for your
exactly
life?
did you fight a
Just for
9-pound
drawing
dog?"
blood?
I asked. Barb scoffed. "I made a defensive leg motion." The judge raised an eyebrow. "You kicked the dog." Barb
She
threw
kicked
up
the
her
dog?
hands.
So did she kick the dog before it bit her? That changes everything. That's a pretty important detail to leave out. If she intentionally kicked the dog before anything happened, whether she provoked the animal becomes extremely relevant.
"I had to, or that rabid little rat could have killed me." The judge looked at me. "Do you have anything to add?" I nodded. My doorbell camera got everything. The bailiff pulled up the footage, and we watched Barb walk up and reach toward
This is
Peanut
why
while
doorbell
he was
cameras are
sleeping
good
on the
to have.
porch. When Peanut ignored her, she kicked him, launching him back. Peanut had to scramble backwards, and you could hear him making sounds like a dying, squeaky toy. Then Barb looked in both directions before yanking her hand back directly into the thorns on my rose bush.
She
The
faked
judge's
it? And this footage completely changes the case. If she intentionally kicked a sleeping dog and then injured herself, we're no longer talking about if the dog is liable. We may be talking about Barb committing an offense herself. Yeah, this went from why did the dog attack her to why is there a video of her attacking the dog?
So you reached for a sleeping dog on someone else's property, kicked him,
She's
and then scratched
trespassing.
yourself on a bush, and now you want him put down. Barb turned red
And
and
she's
stomped
committing
her foot.
fraud.
The video doesn't show how vicious he was.
Perjury
The
in
judge shook his
court.
head and sighed. "Case dismissed. Go get some help." I walked up to the judge. "Your Honor, I want to press charges for animal cruelty since she traumatized my vicious dog."
I gotta correct that right there. He can report suspected animal cruelty, but technically, he doesn't decide whether to press charges. Prosecutors decide whether criminal charges are filed.
I placed the last box of brown hair dye into my shopping cart and continued
He has red
walking,
hair, though.
But when I turned around, I saw a woman in her mid-40s reaching into my cart and trying to take the hair dye. I moved her hand and told her, "This box is for my daughter with cancer. She wants to dye her hair
I don't know
her
about
favorite
touching
color
her like
one
that.
last
Could
time
be
before
assault battery.
chemo."
This is rude, but technically the hair dye is not his yet either. Although if you get in a fight with someone or make physical contact, you could be landing a criminal charge like assault and battery.
But the woman scoffed. "I have a party next month and all my friends have brown hair, so I need it more." And
That's
kept
not a
trying
good
to take
excuse.
it. I called over the manager, and after the woman proudly declared her party was more important than my daughter's cancer, I
What?
kicked her out and told her she was banned.
A private store can generally tell someone to leave and ban them from returning. If she comes back after being told that she's banned, that's where you can get trespassing charges.
I came home with the dye and dyed my daughter's hair, but then a month later, I got a letter in the mail. The woman was suing me over the hair dye. I showed up to court with
What?
my daughter,
How
and
do
the
you
woman
sue
was
over
already
that?
sitting there.
I guess you could try to sue for emotional distress, but again, no one owned the product except for the store, so you can't really sue this person. It's not like they took the product away from you. She'd have to establish a valid legal claim and damages, and I'm not seeing it here.
Frowning like she was the victim, she stood up and told the judge I had done irreparable emotional damage to her and pulled
Emotional
out photos
damage?
of her from the party, showing her with blonde hair.
That
while
wasn't
all
even her
friends
hair
had
dye.
brown
She hadn't
hair.
body
She
yet.
cried, "My friends laughed at me all night, Your Honor. They don't understand how hard it's been for me." The judge looked
Maybe
over
they're
at my
laughing at
daughter
her
with
for a
her
different
already
reason.
thinning brown
This
hair
lady
and
seems
immediately
ridiculous.
ruled in our favor. Then he looked at the woman and also ordered her to cut her hair short because
What?
right now it's getting in her eyes and stopping her from seeing the actually important things
All right,
in life.
judge wouldn't
Her
make
jaw
that
dropped
ruling.
and the clippers came out.
The bailiff has clippers? What? Yeah, this is where the story ends up not being real. A judge can't just make up a haircut punishment because he thinks the person deserves it.
I woke up at 4 a.m. to screaming from my son's room, but when I walked inside, I instantly started coughing.
Why?
My 15-year-old Jacob was smoking cigarettes and loudly
Oh,
gaming with his buddies.
kids should
I didn't
not
even
be
know he
smoking.
smoked,
That's
so I
illegal.
crossed the room with my breath held and unplugged his PlayStation.
And very
You're going to
unhealthy.
bed. We'll talk about the smoking tomorrow. But he turned to me with these manic eyes and screamed, "Give me back my PlayStation." He put his cigarette out on my arm, and I immediately
Whoa,
backed up as it burned.
type of
Okay,
kid
we're
is
seriously
this?
having a talk. I walked
This is
out of his
abusive
room and
kid.
locked him in for the
This
night
kid's
while he
got anger
screamed,
problems.
"You'll regret this."
Whoa, this is an evil kid. Intentionally burning someone with a cigarette could lead to battery charges. And that could possibly lead to juvenile criminal proceedings.
Next morning, I was waiting downstairs to talk, but Jacob stormed down with a stack of papers and dropped them on the table. "I'm suing you. I want emancipation and $5,000 in
Wait, you
legal
can't sue for
damages." My stomach
emancipation.
twisted as I picked
Where'd
up the
this kid
papers,
get these
and when I
papers
looked up,
from?
he was lighting a
ChatGPT?
cigarette. "That's right. I don't want
He's
you to be my
smoking
dad
again? What
anymore."
the heck?
He blew the smoke at my face and walked out.
Hold on, this isn't how emancipation works. A 15-year-old can potentially seek emancipation, but it's not just because you're upset about how your parents disciplined you. And it wouldn't be a lawsuit against your parents. And definitely not for $5,000. Those are completely separate things. You'd be filing something with the court seeking emancipation. And the court would want evidence that he can support himself and manage his own affairs. Suing your parents would be a completely different thing. You don't sue for emancipation, and you wouldn't get rewarded money for emancipation.
That
This is a
evening,
very
Jacob yelled at me
disrespectful
from
kid.
his room, "Dad, I need $200 to hire a lawyer for the court." I laughed because I still didn't think he was serious.
$200
But
for
that
a
night,
lawyer
I
for
woke
the
up to
whole
something
court?
rustling in my
That's a
room.
bargain.
My eyes shot open, and I saw Jacob going through my wallet. My heart shattered seeing my own son stealing from me. But
Oh,
I just pretended to be
kid's a
asleep,
thief.
then slid my phone over and pressed record. He tiptoed out with all $300
I thought
from
he
my
was being
wallet,
sneaky,
but I had
no
the
way.
evidence.
Just because he's his son doesn't mean you can automatically take $300 from your dad's wallet. Intentionally taking money that belongs to someone else is theft.
2 weeks later, I stood in court as Jacob Fake cried on the stand that I'm abusive and
Wait.
he's scared of me. I
What?
don't want him to be my dad, and
Those
I
are
want
crazy claims you
$5,000 for emotional damages. He pointed at me like I was an animal. My hands shook and I pulled out the video of him stealing my money, but he began screaming before the judge could even look at it. See?
What?
He records me without my consent.
Well,
That's
you're
the abuse
stealing,
I'm
though.
talking about.
Jacob yelling, "You recorded me without your consent," doesn't make the video illegal. California's consent rules primarily target confidential communications. A silent video of conduct is a different issue, although privacy issues could still come at play. But this was his dad's room, and he was stealing from it, so I don't see any issue here. And you
My
were in his
stomach
room.
sank as the judge looked at Jacob.
Plus,
"You
there's no
believe you
audio,
can care
so
for
you don't
yourself?"
need the
Jacob
consent
smirked.
there.
"Better than that faker ever could." I felt my whole body go cold because those words hurt so much. But that's when the judge smiled at me. In that case, emancipation granted. He banged his gavel, and Jacob immediately jumped out of his seat.
All right, this seems unrealistic. Emancipation requires much more than a teen saying, "I can take care of myself."
Cheering and throwing both middle fingers in my face. But then the judge kept
This is a
talking.
problem
"This means,
child."
Jacob, that from today, you pay your own rent, food, and legally follow every rule your father gives you since he's now your landlord. Your
What?
first
Okay.
$1,000 rent payment is due in a month."
That's true. If you're emancipated, you're going to be paying your own food and rent. It's a lot harder life. Trust me. It's better to be a kid.
My son's
How would
arms
the judge
dropped
even know the rent
mid-celebration.
payment?
"Wait, I don't have any money," but the judge shrugged. "Fail to pay, and you'll be arrested."
He doesn't need to legally follow every single rule his father gives him, even if he is his landlord. Just reasonable rules.
"This is what you want."
can't be
Jacob's face
arrested
went
for
pale.
failing
"No,
to pay.
I don't
That
want to go to
doesn't make
jail.
sense.
Can I reverse the decision?" The judge simply shook his head. I walked up to Jacob and put my hand on his shoulder. "If I see you light just one cigarette, I'm kicking you out. I expect rent on the first." I walked out while he sobbed in the courtroom and lit up my own cigarette to mock him.
If Jacob was emancipated and his dad was his landlord, he couldn't just throw him on the street immediately, even if it was for smoking. If there was a lease, which I don't know how it just spawned out of nowhere, it could say that smoking is prohibited. And if Jacob violates that, he'd be breaching the lease. Then the landlord landlord, his dad, would have to go to court and seek eviction for breaking the lease. That can take quite some time before you actually kick someone out on the street.
I was standing in court because my neighbor was suing me for $15,000 over my Wi-Fi network name.
Wi-Fi
the judge
network?
read the complaint aloud,
What are
her
you suing
eyebrows
over?
climbing with every word. The defendant purposely named their wireless network FBI Surveillance Van Number 4 to cause the plaintiff, Mr. Snatcher, insomnia and force them to purchase 20 different types of window blinds.
This is
Their
crazy.
lawyer stood up in a three-piece suit.
Okay, you can file a lawsuit for almost anything, but actually winning $15,000 because your neighbor gave the Wi-Fi a creepy joke name is a whole different story. He'd need a legitimate legal claim and evidence that the defendant caused harm. The neighbor claims the Wi-Fi name caused him insomnia and made him buy 20 different types of blinds. This just seems ridiculous, so. It's kind of a stretch that a Wi-Fi name would cause someone that much stress. And how are you supposed to know that someone's gonna go look at that? I think the causation here is gonna be a problem.
Dead serious. Your Honor, I have evidence that we're dealing
this
with a
guy's
psychological
shoulders.
mastermind here. The lawyer called my neighbor to the stand. Mr. Snatcher, describe your daily routine since this began.
Calling someone a psychological mastermind is not a reason for a lawsuit. If the theory is intentional infliction of emotional distress, that's a very high bar.
Mr. Snatcher straightened his tie. I burn my handwritten notes in the sink every night after I read them out loud to my wife, so nothing sensitive gets
This
left
guy
behind.
is very
The judge's
paranoid.
mouth twitched. You read them out loud, then burn them. Correct, Your Honor. I also vacuum at 3 in the morning. It creates audio interference so they can't hear us. The judge pinched the bridge of her
What?
nose. They who exactly? He threw up his hands. The vans. I bit the inside of my cheek so hard it almost bled. The lawyer pressed on, unbothered. They installed new locks weekly at their own expense after determining the originals had been compromised. The judge's pen stopped moving entirely. Weekly? For 6 months? My knuckles went white, gripping the edge of the bench. Yes, Your Honor, the lawyer said,
What
still
is
nodding.
going
They
on?
also played Russian folk music at all hours, since research shows it
How
confuses
does this have to
surveillance
do with the
algorithms.
Wi-Fi?
The judge sighed, then looked at me over her glasses. Anything to add? I turned my phone toward her with a group chat titled Super Secret Spy Squad pulled up. This is my Wi-Fi's namesake, Your Honor. 4 idiots who named ourselves after a joke in college, and I
called
just
himself
never
an
changed
idiot?
it. I held up a photo of me and my college roommates from 4 years back.
So this definitely would ruin the defendant's case because it's not an intentional infliction of emotional distress if it was a college joke that was never directed at the defendant. But legally, the defendant doesn't need to prove that the Wi-Fi name is innocent. The plaintiff has the burden of proving that he intentionally made this Wi-Fi name to mess with him. That's important because intent, or at least reckless disregard, is a necessary element of intentional infliction of emotional distress.
All of us in gas station sunglasses, posing like we were in a spy movie. We all had secret agent names. I'm Agent Chaos because I handled the explosives, which means making microwave popcorn. The court reporter stopped typing. The only thing we've ever surveilled is a pizza tracker, and our only top secret operation was sneaking a George Foreman grill into our dorm room. The courtroom
Right.
went dead silent for 3 full seconds before the bailiff snorted out loud. The judge took off her glasses, rubbed her eyes, and let the laugh win. Case dismissed. Agent Chaos, you're free to go.
I don't think the judge would dismiss something just because it was funny. Here, though, the case was very weak. I couldn't even see where the causation was, how a Wi-Fi name would cause someone this much stress, and how that could even be linked. So it makes sense that the judge would dismiss this.
I was being sued when the man on the stand pointed at me. He's the reason I'm deaf. He crashed into me, but before I
What?
could respond, my son tapped my shoulder while playing
Deaf
Angry
from
Birds
crashing
on full
into him? I
volume.
guess a car
Don't worry,
accident?
Dad. I know he's lying. I got you.
All right,
I
the
lunged
judge
to
would
take
not
the phone
allow
because I had
video
no
games in the
idea what he
courtroom.
was
You can't
doing.
have your
But he
phone out
leaned
like
away
that.
and kept slingshotting the birds into the pigs, completely ignoring me. The judge's glasses came down. Sir, silence that phone in my courtroom. I
Yep,
grabbed it
there you
again,
go.
but
Judge
he pulled
gonna be
away.
very
Sorry,
upset
Your
about
Honor.
this.
He's only 10. The deaf man started crying. He ruined my life. $1 million. That's the least I deserve.
So this person doesn't automatically get $1 million because he says that's what he deserves. He can ask for that, but it's going to be up to a jury or judge. And there's going to need to be evidence proving this.
My son laughed
I
and
mean, I
took
guess
out a
if he can't
JBL
hear.
mini speaker, connected it to his phone, and the sound of angry birds filled the
All right,
entire
you definitely
courthouse.
can't put a
The whole
speaker
room
in the
was so
courtroom. That's
annoyed they
crazy.
flinched. The deaf man on the stand didn't even blink, still dabbing his eyes. The gavel cracked. One more sound and I clear this room, and I'll make sure you lose this case and hold you in contempt of court. The security guards marched toward us, ready to
wouldn't
kick
be
us out.
security guards, it'd be
Suddenly, my
bailiffs.
son screamed, "I lost! I can't believe I lost the game!" The deaf man slammed his hands on the table and roared, "Turn that thing off!" The entire court stared at him in disbelief. He went
Oh, he
completely
just
red.
admitted that he could hear.
I realized my son had been playing the game to get the deaf man to expose that he wasn't really deaf. I shot up. He heard that.
His son's
Your
playing
Honor, he's
chess,
been able to
not
hear this whole
checkers.
time. The man who swore he couldn't
Although
hear
you
a
can't
thing
really do this
walked
trick
out
in
with
court.
nothing. My son held up his phone. Told you I got you,
Good
Dad.
story,
Can
though.
we sue him for making me lose my level?
Okay, so the reaction doesn't automatically prove he's been faking his disability, but it gives the defense, the judge, and the jury a good reason to question his credibility. He could be partially deaf and still hear the noise. It really depends on how badly he's saying his hearing is. Now, the proper way that you would actually do this is make the person see a doctor that then then decides how bad their hearing loss is. You wouldn't use a game in the courtroom to prove this. A doctor's word is going to mean a lot more in the courtroom.
My pregnant client fell and started giving birth in the courtroom, and the prosecutor yelled she was manipulating the jury.
Before.
She ran up behind me while I was closing my law office for the night and tapped my shoulder. I'm 8.5 months pregnant and my trial is tomorrow. They said they'll take my baby away. Please do something. She said she was homeless and had robbed baby formula and diapers at gunpoint.
Oh, well, you can't
I told
do that.
her, I'll represent you.
Stealing for your baby might make a jury sympathize for you, and you might be able to bring up a necessity defense. But the second you introduce a gun, legally this becomes way more serious. You might be able to bring up.
Next morning, we walked into the courthouse, and the prosecutor saw Nadia struggling to walk and immediately smiled like he'd already won. First, he showed the jury the security footage of Nadia holding the store clerk at gunpoint, asking them, is this the kind of woman who deserves to raise a child? He called Nadia a criminal, a thief, and said her baby was just a convenient excuse to commit the crime. I tried showing the jury that Nadia only took things for her baby, but the prosecutor laughed.
It still doesn't justify the crime, though.
To my horror,
Even if
I
you
saw
took it
jurors
for your
actually
baby.
nodding at him, and the whole time, Nadia kept clutching her belly and wincing in pain. She whispered, "I'm gonna lose you," into her belly over and over. When the jury went to decide, they came back in 20 minutes. Nadia was now doubled over next to me, and just as the judge went to bang his gavel and declare her guilty, Nadia screamed and fell backwards. I'm giving birth! The prosecutor yelled. She's faking! She's trying to manipulate the jury, but Nadia's water is already over the floor. The judge screamed, "Get an ambulance!"
Okay, court is officially the second priority now. If she's actually giving birth, they're dealing with a medical emergency first. This happens sometimes in courtrooms, like when
должен сделать за свою жизнь 3 вещи. Первое – посадить дерево. Второе – вырастить сына. И третье – пройти хард-демон в Geometry Dash. И именно поэтому уже в это воскресенье я впервые за всю историю буду проходить его. Поэтому заходите, если хотите, еще и в уровне.
Thank you.